better watch out today. Hey, 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 you better watch out today. Hey, 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 you better watch out today. Hey, 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 you better watch out today. Yes, I know. 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 You better watch out today.
Keyshawn Davis, killer Keyshawn Davis is what I call him. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that encounter. I know I'm a little bit late. A lot of people spoke out on the Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn Davis when they confronted each other and how that went along. Now, personally, me, what do I think about that? Um, I think it's a little bit unnecessary right now. And the reason why I say that, he's a young fighter, a very young fighter. Although he does have more fights than Keyshawn, maybe that might be where the smoke is coming from. I don't know. I don't know what Keyshawn's issue is with them. They actually under the same management too. But I understand this is a boxing world, so I don't know. I don't understand. I don't think Keyshawn. Excuse my phone. I don't think Keyshawn or Abdullah Mason will be meeting up anytime soon. You could tell by the phone call that Jay Prince had. Um, it sounded as though he was just like, "Hey, cool off that. That's not happening." I mean, if I was Jay Prince too, I would tell Keyshawn chill out on that because it's unnecessary, it's unneeded. We're building fighters. Abdullah Mason, that will be a fight maybe later on in his career. He's young. I don't think he's even over 20 years old. So I would, if I'm Keyshawn, I'm not worrying about that fight. Now, who do I think Keyshawn needs to address? Personally, I think if Keyshawn needs to do something unprecedented at this moment. Now, you remember that night where you and Ryan faced off. I think you should take that fight. And the reason why I say that, Keyshawn, Mr. Killer Keyshawn Davis, is because you're going to enter yourself into that equation. Now, you're becoming this unprecedented streamer, which I love it. You're actually taking a piece out of Ryan Garcia's game. So if I'm Keyshawn Davis, I'm gonna go take Ryan's belt. If Ryan doesn't get a match, if he's waiting, I'm trying to set that fight up because instantly, once Keyshawn beats Ryan Garcia, which he will, bro, you're gonna get all his fans, all those people that have been watching him for years will now be watching Killer Keyshawn Davis. And I love it. I think that's the fight that you should take. Then you can go ahead and look at Devin Haney and say, hey, I got that belt. Took it from, hey, I know I ruined your fight, but you know what? It's time for war, bro. I told you I wanted the smoke. I got the belt. Let's go. I think that should be something. If Keyshawn wanted to go on a superstar route, which I know he does, I would just go ahead and do that. I would do that and not even worry about it. But after that, Key, Killer, Keyshawn Davis, you got to go back because I'm your fan. I want to shut these guys up that are talking like, oh, Keyshawn doesn't want that with Andy Cruz. Yeah, I understand Andy Cruz lost, but Key, you got to understand, um, you got to whoop that dude. You just got to. You got to. The culture will love it. And like I said, once these fighters start fighting their real actual ops, people that they have actual history with, it's going to be a different game for y'all. People are going to fall in love with you guys because that's what they want. That's what was going on in the old days. People would get their lick back, you know? So you're not seeing that in boxing. So I really do hope that Keyshawn will be the first to start doing that because once he does, man, it's gonna be a wrap for boxing. He talks a really good game and he backs it up. He's a hell of a fighter, And I love watching the dude, and I'm wishing him the best. So let's talk about, what could be afterwards. Now let's say you don't go that route. Let's say you go another route. Let's say you don't, you wait around and you go fight Lewis Crocker. Now that's a good business move, right? You want that belt, but I think there's really just only 3 fights for Keyshawn if he's ready. If he's ready, you either got to take the Andy Cruz for the clout, and we can call it the smoke tour. Devin Haney got his own hit list. Well, we gonna call it the smoke tour, right? Or something, But if you go get that back, if you go get that back with Andy Cruz, man, boxing world is gonna be going crazy. The other fight, got to be Ryan Garcia. You got to meet Devin Haney at the finish line and say, hey, we didn't get nothing started, but look, I done took out your main op. I'm not playing with you. I'm ready for the smoke. So that's what we should be on. That's what we should be on, Keyshawn. So after that, like I said, if you want to go head in for Devin Haney, so be it. But that's the only 3 fights, bro. Like if Keyshawn really wants to step up to that next level, that's something that, those 3 fights, man. That's it. Because they resonate, you know. But yeah, man. I really do enjoy it. And I heard the Greg Hackett. My apologies, Greg. Yeah, I get it, bro. A lot of these fighters, it's a new school going on, man. They've known each other for years, so it's hard for them to really out. I get it though. You feel like Keyshawn's got smoke always for other black fighters, but I think it's a little bit of something else. I don't know if it's because I started thinking, what if it's because, maybe Abdullah Mason has more fights than Keyshawn and he's younger. Maybe that could be why Keyshawn is like, hey, bro, whatever. But we all know where Keyshawn is at, and I heavily support Keyshawn Davis. He's a wonderful guy. Met him myself, and I want him to be the face of this. So I believe in him, and I also will hold him accountable for stuff that I feel that isn't right. Sometimes if it ain't right, it ain't right, bro. But I think he should step off the Abdullah Mason campaign, let that boy grow. Even though he does have more fights, and you still let him grow. Let him become who he needs to become. Let him get some more experience. I do think Keyshawn is way more experienced than Abdullah Mason. No knock on you, Abdullah. I do think you're going to be a special fighter. You just got to get that. To me, it's the defense. I think once Abdullah Mason masters the art of the defense while delivering the pain, the dude is going to be A1 sauce, man. Like I said, he's not even 20 years old, I don't think. So he still's got a lot of growing to do. Keyshawn is over 20 years old. So think about Abdullah Mason once he gets a little bit older. He gonna be nasty. But right now, it's Killer Keyshawn Davis time. You feel me? And he needs to enter himself into the equation with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. That's gonna put you on the map, my brother. That's gonna put you on the map. Like I said, and I know you would destroy. I know you would destroy Ryan Garcia. That's why Ryan Garcia, he's skeptical about fighting you. So if you want to go the high road, I don't even think the high road yet is beating Devin Haney. I think that's just the fruits and the labor. I think the highs of it, go ahead and knock off Ryan Garcia. Knock him off because he's got way too many followers. You're already starting the streaming game. I can only imagine how many people would start watching your stream because you just took the belt. You just took the belt from Ryan Garcia. So, man, with that being said, man, this was a hell of a podcast. I do love it. I love what I'm doing right now. We're cooking. Definitely shout out to my man Keyshawn Davis, Killer Keyshawn Davis. Man, keep doing your thing, brother. Right now, I know people are kind of hating on you, but you know what? Ain't nobody perfect in this world. Neither am I. So I'm a rock with dude, but I definitely do agree we should back off of Abdullah Mason and let Abdullah Mason be Abdullah. You feel me? Hey, holla at your boy. It's me, Jamal. You were listening to Behind the Ropes. Man, till next time, brother.
You better watch out today. Hey, hey, hey. You better watch out today. Hey, hey, hey. You better watch out today. Hey, hey, hey. You better watch out today.